let's take a look at something we haven't seen in a long time. Something called Colorforms. This is from 1978. As you can see on the information right here, it is the Garfield Colorforms Playset. Now, I know that the box is vertical, but the contents are not. Inside, we have some empty things. Now, this one, if you can look from the outline, it's Dungeons and Dragons. So I got the Dungeons and Dragons playset. This is from Garfield. You can tell by the outline. And this one in particular, look at Odie, so that's definitely Garfield. And these little things would come like attached to the sides, like they'd be a shorter on this side and a longer on this side. And you put everything back when you're done. So there's Warduke, I think is his name. I can't remember, it's been so long. But it's odd that he'd be on a pink one. And a clock, which probably the clock is for Garfield. And this is obviously another Dungeons and Dragons one. I kind of combined, I guess, these playsets during the last days. Now, one thing you always want to do is go underneath and check out all the ones that fallen off, like the Garfield bowl right here. And something just fell out, a soda pop. So let's look at them really quickly. Now, I was a perfectionist as a kid. I don't know, eye for detail. So if you see that these are looking a little different than the ones you have, it's because I did sometimes cut around to kind of cut as close as I can so I wouldn't have all that extra space left off on the sides. Like you can see, I did not cut this one. This came from Buck Rogers, so I had the Buck Rogers playset when I was a kid. I think maybe this is Warduke. This is the elf. I had the action figure to the elf. I had pretty much all the action figures at one time. Oh, I had the Blackhole ones. Here's one of the Centurion's upper body and lower body. Now, some of them, like the Centurion, come from playsets where the arms, like this is a weapon for one of the Dungeons and Dragons characters to be holding, and a sword, and a chair, which is probably from the Garfield playset. And here's another Buck Rogers character. And here's another Buck Rogers character. And here's the arm to Centurions. Now, some of, not Centurions, but the Centurion, I keep thinking of Centurion's Man and Machine. Here's his other arm. So, pretty much got a complete one. Some of these didn't survive in here because they ended up on my windows. I know that my stereo had a glass, I don't know why it was a dust cover, I guess. There's old Bob. I think that's the Palomino. There's Twiggy, bitty. Oh, I think, okay, some of these might be from the Fonzi set. I had the Happy Days playset, which was at Arnold's. Oh, there's the characters I thought were really cool. The humanoids. He only has one arm. It's probably down here somewhere. A Cookie. Like I said, this is kind of like all that was left from all the playsets. The shield to one of the Dungeons and Dragons guys. The Draconian Fighter from Buck Rogers. My cat in the background meowing. Lasagna. Okay, I think that's a water stain. I was about to say it looked like a hair. A one-year birthday cake. And lots of other little pieces that are not as significant. Oh, there's the Centurion's gun. I always thought those were really cool. Or is it the Buck Rogers gun? Lots of ice cream in here. Bird feed for, I don't know. A tennis racket, because Garfield plays tennis, right? Oh, well. Anyway, and this one goes to the elf, because I remember I had the elf figure, the bow set. Lots of other little pieces down here. The telephone and the, back in the day, that's what the telephone looked like. Here's another gun for, pretty sure it's Buck Rogers, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. A turkey for Garfield to gobble down. So on these, I don't know what you call them, just the places where you put your figures, this half would be like white, as we can see by the guy that would go on there, not the clock. You put them back when you're done playing, if you're a good kid. I did most of the time. I like to leave them in battle scenes, kind of set them up in my room. Hey, you won't go back on there. It's been so long. It's probably just because it's got some dust on it and it needs to be, like, if you wet them, it'll still stick again easily. That was a hooded woman, I remember. And that was an orc attacking. Anyway, so you would have, this half would be white. And I think she was on a green back, and this half would be green. Like it would be on white, and these were on pink or something. So there'd be at least 4 different colors of the color forms when you turn them over on the back. But anyway, let me know below if you've had any of these or other play sets. I definitely had other play sets, like the Fonzi play set. I remember that one very well. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.